Hi there, this is Milad Rasaymanesh, and this is another program by Ex-Muslim TV that we present that to you. Welcome to this program. Today, first of all, we had Hamed Jamali in this program as well. How are you doing, Hamed?
Hello.
You're right, you survived the weekend, yeah? Good to have you again in this program. Alright then, as you guys most probably know, on the news we had kind of interesting and controversial topic about a commune here in Sweden known as Staffanstorp. They were trying to ban the hijab for like small and teenage kids at some of the schools here in Sweden. We had on the news that the sex moderates candidates and one Sweden Democrats candidate actually voted as yes to the law to ban the hijab for small kids in the schools, and 4 members of Social Democrats said no to this new law in order to ban the hijab for small kids. So basically, this law is accepted, kind of, but like we still don't know, is it gonna be like a practical and it's gonna taken place at the schools, or
because
not?
apparently there is a legal process for this to be practical and be practiced in the school.
And like we had this discussion before, and like the whole system, like public education system in Sweden, kind of like were against this sort of law. They said like banning hijab, it's against the the choice of religion.
Freedom of religion.
Yeah, the freedom of religion, better to say. Yeah. So they like they kind of like stop the previous attempt to stop the hijab for small kids. We also had like so many debates and discussions on social media websites and like so many other like websites like news and these sort of things. Like Sarah Mohammed, for example, a well-known activist here in Stockholm, wrote an article about it, and it's like kind of support the banning of hijab for small kids. And we know some other people, of course, they were like against it, and they said like you actually are attacking the freedom of religion in this country. In this program, actually, we would like to discuss it and have a bit more like a deep look at this new law. So first of all, what do you think, Hamed, about it?
We can look at the roots of this problem, but it's interesting when we see which political parties are here in Sweden are supporting the so-called freedom of religion, and because of that they are support children having hijab or headscarves at a school. And who are the people or politicians who are supporting this kind of ban? And we need to see who is against it, and who is for it.
Standing on which position.
But I personally believe that this is very, very obvious for me, coming from Islamic-stricken country, coming from Iran. It's very obvious for me that hijab for children is very, very basic and obvious discrimination against children. It's some kind of advertisement of inequality, and imposing that the thinking that children are not equal from the beginning. They are imposing this kind of belief in children's minds from the very beginning.
That's a very fair point.
Like the child is 2 or 3 years old, and they are starting to do this.
The thing is, hijab is basically the most powerful and kind of the symbol of patriarchy, Islamic patriarchy, that we know is like is in power politically in Middle Eastern countries. Hijab is like kind of like, as I said, it's kind of sexism against women, it's discrimination against women, and the situation given like the situation become even worse when we just like implement such a kind of like brutality, I would say, against the small children. It's obvious, like the teenage girls the teenage boys, I would say, the like small kids that don't have any religion whatsoever, they are forced to wear hijab because of the families and the roots they're coming from. The thing is, it's like very warm at the moment here in Sweden. I can see like, you know, there are like so many people, they wear like shorts and mini tops, they free. But when you see these small girls, they're supposed to like cover their hair and the body because the patriarchy should be safe, and like mature guys cannot like control their sexual appeals. Small girls are supposed to be veiled. This is disgusting. I mean, in 2019, we're supposed to sit here on this table trying to prove why hijab is discrimination against women and why this is child abuse. This is discrimination and this is child abuse against small kids.
Like when they say that, okay, hijab is just some kind of fashion, and it doesn't limit the girls from different activities, or it doesn't affect their learning. I don't know, this might be true, but the truth is that when you put hijab on a small girl, she definitely asks you why you are doing this. I mean, why the girl has to wear a certain type of clothes, while the boys don't have to do that. And she realizes that there is a discrimination in the society against her, and she needs to cover herself. The reason, what the reason could be. They say that you have some kind of bad thing or something filthy or something, you know, guilty on your body that should be covered and should not be seen by men, because may other people may sin, and it's because of you, and it's your responsibility to cover yourself. So she knows from the very beginning, from the very early age, that she has limits and others don't have. So you can imagine how difficult could this be for a small girl to grow up in the society, to find her character, to find her position in the society.
You basically are teaching the small girls from the very early age that you don't have control on your body. Your body belongs to your male guardians, your dad, your brother, and later on your husband. This is like brutality. This is like, I don't know how to describe this, but this is very, very against humanity.
I think it's like the same thing that imagine whoever you are, if you are a man or a woman, if you are a I don't know, Christian, Buddhist, whatever you are. Imagine one day people come to you and tell you, okay, you have to, from now on, you have to wear this certain wrist band, or I don't know, this kind of certain sign on your clothes, just like what Nazis did to Jews, you know.
Precisely.
They put a sign on you, so you know, and everyone else knows, that you are different. You have different rights. You have different kind of limits in the society.
For the record, I would like to point out, girls with a hijab, they cannot have a normal relationship with their classmates. They cannot go to swimming pools. They cannot have a proper communication with the boys in the school. And they always, as you said, they're deprivated. They're gonna be away from the society. They're gonna be away from the kids that they're supposed to have a normal education and grow up in a proper manner. Children has no religion whatsoever. Children has no religion. Forcing small girls to wear a religious sign is, first of all, child abuse, and second of all, supporting patriarchy in 2019 in Sweden. I'm very sorry to say that. This is shameful for all these politicians supporting hijabs. I'm very sorry to say that mostly these sort of law are supported by the lefties. I'm hoping by this program and by the like activities that the ex-Muslim Central Committee of Ex-Muslim in Scandinavia is doing, we can like, you know, somehow changes the discourses of these left people have. So basically these lefties stand on the side of the people, not against the immigrants' rights and some other things. As I said, I'm just hoping that like, you know, one day I like all of us do not see anymore like small kids, small children, small girls are supposed to like wear hijab in like, you know, in summer when it's like so warm, when they're supposed to be out playing with their like classmates and their friends, they supposed to like have that things, and like they supposed to like, you know, be part of the patriarchy, like a culture and things that we have in even in Europe at the moment.
There's another thing. They always rely on the law or the I don't know the constitutional law, that the freedom of religion. Okay, they say that we must have freedom of religion and people must be able to practice their own religion. But I don't know. For example, I can understand that some people, for example, in India, for example, they don't eat meat, beef, for example. Yeah. But this is totally different. Okay, we can't have freedom of religion when there is a harmful thing in that religion or in that ritual or in that practice. For example, I don't know. I know that some places in the world they ban like animal sacrifice for religious reasons. Yeah. Okay, so you can't harm animals for religious reasons. It's wrong, and this is just like the same thing. The hijab is something bad, something harmful for little children, and this is imposing discrimination on children. So this is not a part of freedom of religion. First of all, as you said, children should not have religion. They should be they should be able to grow up freely without any ideology, without any religion. And when they grow up, they can choose and decide for themselves whether they want to wear a hijab, whether they want to follow a certain religion or not. But this is harmful. Hijab is something harmful for children, and we should stop people who want to force hijab on children.
Precisely. One other things, like, you know, I've heard from this like people supporting hijab for school, saying like by banning and using the law you cannot fight patriarchy. I mean, that's a very, very wrong justification. Like in the society that we live in, like I can like give you so many other examples, like anti-human behaviors is controlled by law. In this case of hijab, if we accept that hijab is bad, which is obviously bad for all the humans, specifically for children, law can be, and the force by the government can be seen as a powerful tool to save and protect the children's rights. Yeah. So basically, as you said, we need the government and the education system to stand on the side of the children, to support the children's right, not to follow the patriarchy and like, you know, stand on the side of the religious institutes.
And also I want to speak about the politicians who support hijab under the name of freedom of religion. Are they if hijab is something good and is not something harmful, are they ready to put hijab on their own children? They are mostly in Sweden. These guys are mostly Christians or from other religions.
But they are not.
Are they ready to put hijab on their own family members?
And if you ask me, there is no differences between men and women. The men who supporting hijab are supposed to wear hijab if they really think it's a good thing for the people. Yeah. If you're not happy to wear hijab, specifically in summer, in June, July, and August, then you have to support the banning law of hijab for the children in schools.
Yeah, I mean, if it's, we are all human, right? It doesn't matter where we come from. If we are coming from the Middle East or we are coming from Scandinavia, if something's good for someone from Scandinavia, it also good for
it applies for everyone. Yes.
Yeah, it applies for everyone. I mean, yeah, and hijab I don't know. Go and ask women from Middle East, thousands, millions of men, women, and
just look what's happening in Iran at the moment. Like, you know, the women and like girls, they have like a strong movement of fighting against like religious sexism, strong movement fighting against hijab. And like, what is it you're supporting really in the year 2019?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the foundation of dictatorship in Iran. Women in Iran know if they can defeat this mandatory law of hijab, they will defeat the dictatorship. That's why hijab is very important. Hijab is a very basic part of patriarchy, is a very basic part of religious dictatorship.
Precisely. I think that's for today. I'm pretty sure all the audiences and all the people watching this program, they have so many things to say. Please share your opinion. Let us know what you think, and share this video on social networking websites and application, and spread the word what you guys think about the hijab for children. Thanks for watching.